Morning, girls. How we doing? We are back here with Chantal Marie, Foodie Beauty of the Merriam of the Reverse, and this is the best poutine in Cornwall, Ontario. Mukbang and airplane drama, rolly eyes and giggly face. Fantastic. This is also, once again, the best poutine in Cornwall, Ontario. When I first looked at this, I was like, do you know what? Yeah, that looks pretty good. But I don't know, the chips look a bit sad. If you look just at this bit, I can imagine just demolishing this. But once you get to the outside, you're very aware those are like cheap, like freezer chips. I don't see why this would be the best. But like, I don't know. I guess we're going to pop off. Yeah, I did a wee live stream last night. It was a lot of fun. We covered just the general New Year's thing. I think this came out like right after my live stream finished. So I thought I'd quickly just record something this morning and I'll get up later on today. So let's get into it. Go! Go. Yep. Oh, there's some seats, guy. Oh god, I should have skipped further.
Hello, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Your chin's extra pointy today.
Okay.
And your teeth are extra shiny looking. Just like glossy. Oh, hey, Buster. Look at him. He's just chilling in the background, just scowling at her. Oh my god, I love how much this dog kisses to her.
Before we start this video,
is this a recycling bin? What the fuck?
Oh, I have to show you this hand cream I got.
Why? No, I want you to explain why. You have to show me that. Because I don't care. No one cares. No one looks at all this and goes like, do you know what? I'm going to take advice here. Also, maybe it's just me, but it makes sense that she got a giant thing of hand cream because her hands are fucking giant.
Hemp's white gardenia and coconut palm.
Oh,
it is like,
is that what it looks like? Hand cream.
Smells so good and it's so moisturizing.
Wow.
If you've never tried it, let me know. But Hemp's is a really good brand, so just recommending that. Okay, I'm starving.
Yeah, you look it. So how many mid-rolls have we had so far? We're a minute 20 seconds in.
So I have a Diet Coke. Has a Santa on it.
It's called. It has a Santa. There's a Santa offer. It's Christmas. Something you don't celebrate and aren't meant to like in any way because you're Muslim. You know the Muslim lady who's extremely pious and criticizes other Muslims, but also gets upset if you get criticized as a Muslim in any single way because you're mental like that. And the person who refused to learn about any other cultures because I'm a Muslim. I'm not gonna look into that. But this Santa.
That's so cute.
It's Santa.
Okay, and we have. I don't have a good mukbang setup right now.
I joked about that being a recycling bin, and I think it actually is. I was assuming they just had a really fancy container for the poutine. I didn't think we were going to eat off a fucking bin. Oh, I guess I shouldn't even be surprised. It's probably cleaner than she is.
But, OMG. All right.
OMG, guys?
The legendary Poutine. Oh my gosh.
Poutine! Poutine! Why do you say it like that, you weirdo?
It's legendary. Is
it? Just because you eat it doesn't mean it's legendary. It's like her with Ikea or Amber with any of her catchphrases where they genuinely think, well, I'm a famous celebrity, so I've talked about this before. It's a legend now. Ugh. How are you struggling to hold a can? Like, I realize your hands are so fat, surely you should just be able to hold, like, one. But she's, like, awkwardly trying to clasp it in two. What are you doing, you weirdo? Was she trying to make it look phallic? Is that why she's holding it in two hands? Because I think most dicks would only need one hand on her because her hand's fucking huge.
I'm telling you. Bismillah.
Well, you too late. You already drank, so congratulations.
Let me get a bite for you.
Oh, yeah, for me.
You.
That's why she's doing this, guys. She doesn't want to eat this. She doesn't want to die of diabetes. This is for me, personally. This was my cameo request. Okay, you guys got me.
Beauty bite? It's messy.
She went cross-eyed looking at that. That's terrifying. Obviously, I'm going to cut out as much of the eating noises as I possibly can because I'm not going to make you guys deal with that.
All right, guys. I'm in Canada.
No! I didn't notice by the live streams and the several videos.
Poutine is land, it's... Canada is Poutine land, basically.
Do you want to try that entire sentence over? You literally just jump cut to there. You could have just started that sentence again. What the fuck? I've seen you have poutine in, I'm pretty sure Kuwait because you made it yourself, and also in Thailand. So I'm sorry, it's not that special.
Big bite for you.
That's what it looks like. Oh yeah. Oh, this bite's for me as well. Both bites have been for me so far, not for her. Do you look at this woman and think she wants to eat this? You guys are crazy. This is fucking revolting. The microphone must be hidden behind this because it's been gross.
And Cornwall has the best
pizza. Do you want to like finish the food in your mouth before you start speaking to me? Maybe, I don't know.
Poutine, I'm telling you.
But damn.
So, and yes, this is a small.
I don't believe you.
So maybe because the camera angle is so close, but
I'm just measuring it against your hands, and it's bigger than both your hands put together, and that's massive. It's basically a foot long.
Hold on.
Oh boy, hold on.
I forgot the lights.
I had to waste more time. Did you like that mid-roll ad? Oh my god.
I forgot the lights.
That chair fucking needs an MVP medal. It even fucking moved.
Alright, so I want to tell you a bit about like my...
Oh yeah, it's so much better now.
My travel experience.
We saw your travel experience. It was nothing. I fly a fair bit. You guys know I go on holiday quite often. Traveling is the least interesting part of traveling, if you understand what I mean. I don't think I've ever come back and people have been like, oh, bro, tell me about your trip. And I'm like, oh my god, so I got on the plane and they came round about an hour and a half in and they gave me a sandwich. And then 2.5 hours later, they came around and they gave me some chicken stew. And then about an hour and a half after that, they came around with... I weirdly never had to do that.
The Grinch.
Oh, it says Christmas on it. I don't like Christmas because I'm Muslim.
And I thought it'd be a good topic for an eat with me at the same time.
Well, it probably would have been a good topic for, the travel video. When you're trying to be a travel vlogger, it probably would have been better on that.
There's one story, I wanted to know. You ever hear of, I
also never had to tell, people that when I'm saying something about this, something's happened to me. I've never referred to it as a story.
It's a subreddit. Am I the a-hole?
Am I the a-hole asshole?
And people asking who was the person in the wrong. Who was the person being the jerk in the situation.
Just so you know, 90% of those are fake. I'm honestly at the point where I think most of them are written by AI. They're so cringe. They're so cringe. They're content farming. They're upvote farming. They're cringe.
So there was an incident on the plane that reminded me of this. And so...
She didn't even chew that bite. That one that went in there, she didn't chew it.
I thought I would ask you guys what your opinion is on it. Oh my gosh.
I cannot wait for this totally real story to pop up.
The gravy is special here because it's like a homemade...
It's not the only thing that's special here.
Chicken gravy. It's very peppery. It's unlike any gravy I've ever tasted. Their gravy is very unique. Wow. It's tasted the same. It's the same recipe since I was in elementary school. And...
Oh, my God. I don't know. I was sitting here going, how are we going to make it through one mukbang without hearing her talk about one time something happened to her 30 years ago?
This is a pizzeria owned by a previous schoolmate, one of my good friends as a child.
Well, you previously I've heard this all before. You previously claimed that she was actually your best friend and she was the most popular girl in school, but she was also your best friend, even though no one liked you and you didn't have any friends, but back and forth, whatever it is, and how she would always bring in one for you. Well, she actually didn't bring it in for you. Instead, she actually brought it in, and people always were arguing, trying to fight for it because it's the best ever and everyone wanted it, even though this is a small, am I meant to believe, an elementary child brings one of these per day for fucking lunch. Fantastic. But she always gave it to you because she liked you so much.
Her mom and dad were Greek and they own a restaurant. They owned Louis, and...
That sounds like a Greek name to me.
Sadly, the mother passed away.
Sadly, the mother passed away. I hope she's wearing food. Let's try not to pretend you give a shit about anyone's parents.
Very, very kind woman. And the dad, just this really small Greek guy, but he's so friendly, and he still works in the back with the people cook.
I'm trying to remember. She held, when she said small, she held it, down below her shoulder to try and... because, for her, men's height is, an actual important thing. She is, the stereotype people, make fun of all the time, where she's, constantly... Anytime people asked about, a relationship with Salah, she over and over again just kept pointing out that he was over 6 foot tall. Remember that time when she was trying to talk about how good a couple they were for doing travel content together? And one of the reasons was because Salah was tall. That was it. She had nothing else to praise for him because he has nothing praiseable in his entire existence. So it was, he is tall. That is why we make a good team. He is tall. She's 5 foot tall. When she's holding something below her shoulder, it's are you implying this guy was 4'6"?
Okay, so, All those years,
Good
the
job,
recipe for the gravy has never changed. The decor in the place has hardly changed. It looks run down, but it's like the best food.
What was the point of that story? We're 5 minutes in and nothing has happened.
And I remember a kid in elementary being like, you know why this...
We're 5 minutes into this airplane drama and she's talking about elementary school. Are you actually 40? Are you sure you're not two elementary school, people like bounced on top of each other with about another 4 all clinging around the sides to make you look so fucking fat? Why are we talking about elementary school? You're 40.
The cheese is so good. It's shredded cheese, which is not traditional poutine cheese. Usually they use cheese curds, but a kid came up to me and told me...
Well, isn't that like not poutine? She has literally argued that if it doesn't have like squeaky cheese, it is not. She has argued that. But now she's saying it's the best poutine, even though she's literally saying it's not poutine.
One time, you know why the poutine is... It was legendary in school.
The one was said, do you know why the poutine is so strong? I'm sure that kid didn't say poutine in a weird way too.
It would be, you know, the legendary poutine in school, and kids would pass around the rumor that the cheese came from the mafia. I don't know. So I'm going to enjoy my mafia cheese.
So about that airplane drama. Oh my fuck.
But yeah, I was on the plane, and...
wow. Was there cheese on the plane?
Everyone was embarking, you know, like getting on the plane. Boarding, sorry. And I was sitting down in my seat. People were still coming in. And this one guy...
Look at her desperately trying to... How about you just... I've said this, I think, every single one of these. How about you make up the story before you start telling it? Because it is so... Recalling a story that happened to you 2 days ago shouldn't be... And then there's this... There was a guy, and you shouldn't have to do that. It happened 2 days ago.
Was trying to look for... Everyone scrambles to try to look for an overhead space, right? I mean... I don't rush to the plane other than for that reason. You know, everyone's rushing to board, and people are like... What?
Well, I don't know. I'm one of those people. I don't bring cabin bags. I bring a personal bag because I don't really know why you feel like you need. If I'm doing like a short haul, obviously, like I might not do a cabin thing. But even if so, I might still just do like a cabin bag because I don't see the point. It's not like I desperately need anything. And I am someone who has lost my entire bag. It happened to me in Japan there as well recently. But it's kind of a different situation because I got lost because of the typhoon. And we ended up getting it back like a week later or whatever it was. So like I have been someone who has been without my bag on holiday. And I don't know. I don't really see it as that big a deal. If I was going for work, you know, I might be a wee bit more upset about it, but I don't know that it's an excuse for me not to have to do any work. So I guess I'd be okay with it. I just think a personal bag, because if you're bringing like laptops and shit like that, you can just fit everything in your personal bag, and then it goes in front of the seat, onto the seat in front of you, and it's totally handy.
Why are you rushing? Because, you know, you have an assigned seat. It's not going to go anywhere. No.
Oh, so you've learned that this time? Remember when she was talking, I think it was the last time she went to Canada or was going to Thailand. I can't remember which one it was. Because literally all these stories are exactly the same. They're all fucking nonsense. But when she was like going one time, she claimed someone walked up to her and was looking for a seat and was like, is this seat taken? I was like, what? Why would an empty... You made it sound like he got on a bus and walked up and asked if he could sit beside her. I was like, you literally are talking now about assigned seating. Because that's how planes work.
It's not the seats people are fighting for, it's the overhead compartment space.
Of course people aren't fighting for the seats. Are you stupid? Some people also just like to get in the plane early. They like to get in, they like to sit down, especially if they have family, they like to try and get everyone in, get everyone settled. That's just like normal. And it's also that's just how people are. People just like to rush. That is just it. People like to rush. They like to be the first in for everything. I'm pretty sure they're not rushing in to get the overhead allowance, because the overhead allowance, firstly, there will always be room. If you can't get it in there, they will put it in the cabin for you. And it's just not that big a deal. Like, to put it really bluntly, there is lots and lots and lots of room. In all of my flights, did all the overheads eventually get filled up near me? Yes. But it wasn't like within like 5 minutes of boarding.
It's very hard, you know, it's a pain kind of if it gets too full to find somewhere to put your bags. So there's this guy that was trying to find somewhere for his suitcase, and he wasn't really paying much attention, but he was, you know, trying to load his suitcase somewhere. So he was dealing with that.
What a fucking expression. Jeez, she's got like horse teeth going on as well. Okay. So he was trying to put his thing up into overhead. Cool. I'm not seeing the drama so far.
In the meantime, a woman, kind of looking impatient, holding her infant son, who was crying,
Uh-huh. Her infant son, normal sentence,
was right behind him, came up behind him, waited for a few seconds, and then was like, "Excuse me, can you let us pass?"
Okay, so the woman, so we're doing the whole "am I the asshole" thing. Then the woman so far is currently the asshole because if she waited for, as you said, a few seconds, that's kind of unreasonable. Imagine if you're like trying to walk past someone and like you wait 1 second before you just shout at them.
Like in kind of in a rude way.
Why did you do an eyebrow thing there when you're drinking her Coke? Oh yeah, let me sexually drink my Coke. Recycle moi. Is recycle the same in French? Why did they only do me?
Ooh, Diet Coke is hitting right now.
Are you high? You must be. I'm assuming you're high. I haven't had a good look at your eyes so far, but I've never heard someone who's not high say, "Oh, the Diet Coke's hitting."
And the guy was like, "Wow, what do you think I'm doing there? You think I'm having a holiday? You think I'm having fun?"
Okay. Do you want to try that again? Like, I don't think of like human dialogue. Maybe do that first. Maybe go to ChatGPT and ask for some human dialogue for this traveler.
And Buster. Hi, Buster.
Hey, Buster.
Hi, Buster.
Hey, Buster, come here. So it's like I said. Oh my fucking god. She can't interact with animals. The second she starts interacting with an animal, she immediately looks at herself in the camera. That's all she does because she doesn't care about the animal. She cares about them as a prop.
You gotta go to the bathroom?
I thought that was it starting to bark at, starting to growl at her.
I'm kind of Buster sitting right now, so
I don't believe you.
I don't know if he's gonna like go to the door if he has to
Imagine like knowing your daughter like abuses her animals and you left your dog with them.
go to the bathroom, but Buster! Hi, buddy. You need to go bathroom?
Are you gonna get up and take him to the bathroom?
I don't know about dogs. I'm not familiar. Like, what?
He goes out the patio door if he wants out. Well, clearly not, because you're currently thinking he needs to go to the bathroom or he wants to go to the bathroom. He's standing there. He's not standing at the patio door. How about you get up? Like, I realize you're filming the most important content in the entire world, you being fat and eating poutine. However, you could pause and you could let the dog out.
What do you want? Okay,
Oh,
anyway.
Anyway, did you hear her tone shift the second she was done pretending to be, like, nice to animals? Anyway, immediately. I guess we're not letting the dog out. We think the dog wants to go to the toilet. Nah, it's not getting out. I have poutine to eat.
He doesn't like me either, so.
Well, understandable.
Hi, buddy.
Was that jump cut you letting the dog out?
Did you go poop?
Well, we're still asking him. We're not going to do it. We're still just going to ask him. What is she hoping him to be? Yes, madame. Please take me out so I can shit.
You have to go pee-pee?
Yeah. I love she thinks this is cute, so she's including it, because she thinks anytime she puts on a baby voice and neglects an animal, she thinks it's cute for some reason. If you think he needs to go to the toilet, why are we not taking him to the toilet?
It's not for long.
Oh, never mind. Poutine. Oh my god. I can't believe it. Imagine you turn around your animal and go, oh, you want to go to the toilet? Do you? Okay. And then just go back to eating. And then, like, even a jump cut to you doing it again, a second time. Then you go back to eating again.
Only like an hour.
Let him out. She's a fucking freak.
Anyway. Hi, buddy.
Are you going to ask him if he needs to go to the toilet again?
We have to go bathroom?
Oh my... She is so fucking fat and lazy. She can't even get up and walk what is probably like 5 feet. Anyway. Look at her! She like lifted her hand to her fork. She was gonna... fuck. Okay. She like double took picking up her fork. I can't... We're at 3 times of her thinking the dog needs to go to the toilet. And she's like, nah, I want to eat my poutine.
So, then the woman says...
Also, yes, we are 8.5 minutes into the airplane drama, and so far it has been a guy was putting his bag away, and some woman told him to move, and then he said, and that's it. 8.5 minutes.
You should let us pass and then do the suitcase. Like, you know, and then I heard them kind of arguing after that. Like, she's like, I have a kid, you know, and he's like, I know. And then that's kind of just where they stopped arguing, but...
That seems like the natural point to end an argument, doesn't it? Do you want to be, like, normal? Like, at all? Like, I travel a lot. I don't experience that. I think it's quite, like, a common thing for you to end up standing behind someone as they're putting stuff away. That's very common. Planes are narrow. It's not even unusual. She should know this because she's way wider than the fucking plane is. Like, what are we doing? Am I saying it's impossible? This couldn't have happened? No, because obviously anything can happen because people are twats sometimes. But it certainly wouldn't be like, especially if their exchange was that. Can you move? Oh, I'm trying to put my bag away. Well, you should move. Yeah, no. Is this enough, like, for you to come back and base a video on it? A video so far that has been, I don't know, 8.5 minutes of you talking about cheese and not letting your dog go to the toilet.
I find arguments can erupt on planes. You know, like the reclining, to recline or not recline. And
I've never seen. Obviously, I'm not saying they don't happen because clearly they do. I have never seen an argument on a plane. Never once.
Hold on.
Did you finally let him go to the toilet? Wow, you're such a saint. Just took you 4 goes.
He wants some Poutine.
Oh my gosh, he didn't even let him out. Let the dog shit.
He's giving me the guiltiest look.
Because he wants to shit. Oh my god, she is like a terrible person. This is the person who wanted children.
No! He's like...
Yeah. Because he hates you. I love her. She is so brain dead. She is turning not letting a dog go to the toilet into content.
Buster.
That dog hates her so much. Yep.
I don't know how you dog owners do it, man.
I get up. And I know that seems like a weird concept to you, getting up and walking. I know, insane. But I get up and I take the dog to the toilet. There you go. I don't film it for like 5 minutes. Constantly going, do you want it? I want to eat poutine. Pick up your fucking poutine and take it with you then.
I'm a cat person any day.
That's why I abuse them so much.
Anyways, so, and all of these problems arise on planes.
I love that she's like, I don't know how you dog people do it. At the simple concept of having to stand up and let a dog go to the toilet. That is it. That's enough for her to be like, how do you guys cope? This is insanity. That's why she wants a cat. Because she doesn't occasionally have to stand up.
From these unwritten social rules. You ever notice that? Like what's the rule for reclining, for example? You know, there's this unwritten social rule that you don't recline.
She is really, really struggling to think of anything to say.
During meal service. You don't
That's not an unwritten social rule. Like, the air stewards and the air stewardesses come around and tell you to sit up. That's not an unwritten social rule. You are made to straighten your seat during meal services.
Recline if the person is kind of, going to be suffocated by it. You feel bad to recline, even though when you're right, your chair does recline. So there's arguments about that. Now,
are there really arguments about that? I think most people just accept that it is just something that happens. Do you sit there and just hope the person in front of you isn't a recliner? Yeah. But if they are, you deal with it. See, for most people, that's not really that big an issue. Because for most international flights especially, there is enough room, so they can fully recline. And you can still even tilt the screen out and still watch whatever you're watching. But if you're someone her size, a reclining, that's a big deal. Because she already takes up most of the room in front of her.
For this situation as well, in a way, I was thinking, who's in the right? Because technically...
Don't even bring in technically when you have no idea what was even argued about or said because you have no idea what was happening.
I see both sides,
Technically, I see both sides. That was not the right use of the word, but okay.
To me, it depends. I think you should hurry and put your luggage up. If you're holding up a whole line of people, you should move aside. And get...
Okay. Thanks. I'm glad Chantal Marie, the worst person in the world, is deciding to weigh in on how quickly people should put their bags away.
Given that she had
especially when she's in early, and I guarantee she gets let in early because she pulls the disabled card.
Kid, I get it. But at the same time, she should have been nicer about it. Like, could you please move aside?
Is that all you had from that entire exchange? Really? Like I said, this is how little content she has going on. That this was a video idea. A a 3-second exchange she kind of saw, kind of heard on the plane. Amazing.
And I've noticed that sometimes what you say is not as important as how you say it.
Wow. Imagine. Everyone knows this. Like, wasn't it like a breakdown that like tone is like 79% of conversation? It was something like that. That's why like there are people who are like super popular on YouTube just from their ability to talk, because what they're actually saying isn't overly important. It's how they say it. There are like Japanese girls who I can barely understand who I listen to because I like the cadence of their voice. Everyone knows this. This isn't even close to unusual.
So, and I've learned that because I have a poor delivery sometimes.
Sometimes. This 11-minute and 15-second video so far has been about a 4-second conversation. You have terrible delivery.
With what I want to say. You guys know that. So I'm trying to be a nicer person.
Oh my God. We just keep looking at the glisten on our teeth.
And deliver my message in a nicer way, because people,
Well, that has worked out so well.
the minute you become defensive or snappy or rude.
See, okay, that's the biggest problem. See the way you're trying to like, fix how you deliver stuff? See, immediately the way you referred to how you act as defensive. That is why you will never improve, because immediately you assume, well, I'm being defensive. You're not. You're being a dick.
People tend to listen less to what you have to say.
Are we going to get the 7th rendition of Do You Want to Go to the Toilet?
So it's a really big deal, you know? I'm going to definitely be saving some of this because...
Yeah, sure. I remember you used to tell me that you ate the whole thing when you were in elementary school. I'm not going to pretend that you're 40, you can't eat it.
It is quite salty, and I love salt, but it's salty and
Sure.
big, you know? And doesn't take much to get sick of it a bit. So, I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Who's in the wrong? The guy? The woman? Both?
She has just so little going on in her life that her video has to be about 2 random people she observed kind of a bit from a distance, speaking for 4 seconds. Wow, we have 4 minutes left of this. Like, what could she even say? Like, I honestly, I'm baffled that we're 12 and a half minutes in, because nothing has happened in this video. Damn. I might just skip to the end. I'm really bored at this point. Yeah, I'm just going to skip all the way to 10 because nothing happened. She just got to a point where I guess she realized she wanted the video to be longer. She's pretending that that's her done. She literally can't eat anymore, sure. And that she's only eating this because she wants to show us the foods of Canada that she likes, even though literally every time she goes back to Canada, she uses that same excuse to go around and eat lots of food on camera. We're doing it again. She said she's going to film lots of content of her eating food to show off the food that she likes to eat in Canada, even though there's like thousands of videos in the past of her already doing that. And then she I guess, reset and just started talking about the social expectations and norms on a plane once again, and asked about 17 times for people to comment below and tell her what they think about that situation, because she is desperate for engagement. Just, absolute trash. Absolute trash. Claimed that she was always going to get 2 seats from now on, but then added a wee thing at the bottom going, actually, I decided I only need to get 1 on the way back. It's like, okay. Amazing. Yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Have a good day. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.